The wheels are still spinning, y'all. It's time to talk about Bel-Air episode 6, The Strength to Smile. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritiX.com, a place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe key and that notification bell so you can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. Now, another week has gone by, the wheels are still spinning, and we're here to talk about that thing, The Strength to Smile, Bel-Air, episode 6. And I gotta tell you, primarily this episode focuses on the bounce back, so to speak. Again, no spoilers, guys. I don't do spoilers. I don't like to break things down and give everything out until people have seen it. But every Thursday night, 9 p.m., after the series has already been released, I do a live spoiler discussion, excuse me, along with some of my friends. And so breaking this thing down, I'm just going to give you what to expect. That's what I like to do when I do these pre-reviews. I like to give you a gist of what to expect. So in episode 6, The Strength to Smile, what you will get is a focus on the bounce back, the repercussions of Will and his falling out with his best friend Trey. You see some things going on with Vivian and her art passion and the bounce back in that. We see a little bit of Hillary. She is trying to figure out where she fits in this whole influencer world. We'll talk a little bit about that. Baby Ashley. Even Ashley is dealing with some minor stuff, but they give her enough to work with in this episode. Also, Carlton. Carlton is probably the biggest takeaway from this episode for me, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit as well, with no spoilers, of course. But as I was saying, there is one character, however, that this episode focuses in on, which I didn't really expect because, like I said, we've complained a little bit about this character and the fact that they're even there, and we're talking about Lisa. So this episode really focuses not 100%, but maybe 45-50% around Lisa's backstory and Lisa's dramatic spin, if you will. And I don't want to give you too much about that, but it does revolve around family issues and things of that nature, which we know her dad is the police officer. I don't know, isn't that police chief? Is it police chief? I don't remember. We'll talk about it tomorrow in a live discussion, but yeah, some stuff dealing with that. Hillary now. Hillary struggles with the pressure of being an influencer. Now, I know that might sound ridiculous to most of y'all, but listen, I have some friends who are in this influencer industry on a major scale. I'm talking millions of followers, thousands of endorsements, the pressures of being consistent and doing things and putting things out. It's not a joke. Like, a lot of people look at people on YouTube like myself and YouTubers, and they think that, whatever, he's a YouTuber or he's an influencer. But listen, at the end of the day, a job needs to be done. Relevancy is important, and consistency is like everything. So for those of you who know what I'm talking about, shout out to you. Hats off. I salute you all because I've seen firsthand what these influencers go through when they're on their regular day-to-day, and they're consistent, bro. Like, you want to talk about, if you ever hear it from like your loved one or your significant other about you holding your phone or using your phone, listen, you ain't got nothing on the life of an influencer, because the camera literally is always on. So I appreciated that, and nothing that I'm saying is anything about what Hillary is dealing with per se, but I just understood where she was coming from in her little journey in this episode, which I thought was pretty cool. Vivian, she kind of gets the support for her art passion that she didn't expect. I don't know how I felt about this thing, this particular moment. And yes, we see creepy ass Michael Ealy again in this episode. Fucking weird dude, man. Like, he's kind of borderline like sketchy and annoying. But yes, we do see a little bit of him in this episode. But there is some support that Vivian gets from a least likely person. And I can't wait for you guys to see that. And I want to know what you guys think about that, because although it was a really cool gesture, I don't know how I felt about it. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you see the episode. What else? Ashley. Oh, poor little baby Ashley. She gets smacked in the face with the reality of her vulnerability and, expressing feelings and having feelings. And, at first I thought it was a little bit too soon, too early for her to be having this dilemma in the show. But I was okay with it. Like, 6 makes me okay with a lot of things. I don't know what it is about episode 6, but it really kind of calmed me and soothed me in a way where I was like, okay, this show is back. It's back on track. It knows what it wants. It knows who it is and what it wants to do. And it kind of plays with these pieces on the board very nicely. It's a very, very well written episode, and executed as well as far as direction and telling the story. And then we get to the moment that is probably my best moment in this episode, hands down. There's a situation, I don't want to tell too much, excuse me. Carlton and Will share a scene in this that really speaks to the dynamic of the Banks family and Will being there, and you kind of see things from the family's perspective by the end of this episode in a way where it's just like, I think now that we're past that halfway point, we're finally gonna get to that point, that family dynamic that we are familiar with, I should say. Trying not to give away too much, but it's a very, very moving moment for me. Anyways, I really appreciate it. It really sealed the deal for that episode. Like, I was like, wow, this was by far, other than episodes 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, 3 is cool because I like the ending in 3. 6 by far is one of my top episodes. Like, I love what they really, really did. You really feel the episodes pulling together. You really feel just I don't know, like, you just really feel the story in this one. And I'm interested to see what happens, later on. Like this episode made me curious to see what happens at the end of the season based off of the writing in this one. So I tell people, if you didn't really like episode 5, 6 is really my gem. That I really appreciated the weaving of characters and the things that are going on, because there's a lot of hit moments. Vivian shines. We get that old Viv, that Philly Viv that we sometimes got on the original series. And I know I hate comparing. I always compare, but it's hard to not do, because it's both shows serve a purpose and they do well. But I like to kind of compare just to talk about character traits and behaviors. But anyways, guys, you let me know. Are you excited to see episode 6 of Bel-Air? What did you think about 5? I can promise you 6 is a lot better than 5 if you weren't a fan like myself. And if you were a fan, then hey, you're just going to enjoy more of the ride because it gets even better. Guys, let me know what you think. Make sure you join us on the live open spoiler discussion tomorrow night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern time, right here on my YouTube channel. And again, guys, like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, guys, check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.